Today, we are diving into a topic that's absolutely essential for anyone in a leadership role: communication. Now, I'm not just talking about sending emails or running meetings. We are going to talk about the kind of communication that truly sets great leaders apart, the kind that builds unshakable trust, fosters genuine connection, and ultimately helps you gain real authority with your team. Hi, I'm Silke. If you are new to my channel, I'm a psychologist and life coach, and I make videos for handling typical social interactions. Because let's be honest, leadership is not about barking orders or throwing your weight around. It's about inspiring people, motivating them, and creating a shared vision that everyone is excited to work towards. And at the heart of all of that is how you communicate. Your words, your tone, your body language, they all play a critical role in shaping how your team perceives you and how willing they are to follow your lead. And here's the best part. I always tell my clients that communication skills aren't some magical gifts you're born with. They can be learned, they can be practiced, and dramatically improved. So, if you're thinking, oh no, I'm not a natural communicator, don't worry for a second. This video is packed with practical tips and strategies that you can start using today to become a more effective and inspiring leader. Let's talk about why trust matters in the first place. Think about the best leaders you've ever had. What made them stand out? I bet you trusted them. You know, they had your back, that they were honest, and that they were competent. Trust is the foundation of any successful team or organization. Without it, you're just spinning your wheels. And the stats back this up. A recent survey showed that only 20% of employees strongly agree they trust the leadership of their organization. That's a pretty sobering number, right? It highlights a massive opportunity for leaders to step up their communication game. On the flip side, organizations with high leadership trust see significantly higher employee engagement. According to Qualtrics, leadership trust is the highest ranked motivator of employee engagement at 77%. Okay, so we've established why trust matters for leadership. But how do you actually do it? How do you actually communicate in a way that builds trust and inspires your team? Well, I truly believe that communication is never the core issue. Trust is the foundation. Before we get into specific communication strategies, let's zoom out for a second. Think about the leaders you've trusted and admired in your own life. What qualities did they possess? I bet they weren't just great talkers. They were probably people of strong character, consistent actions, and genuine care. To foster a high trust environment, we need to consider all the components: care, communication, character, consistency, and competence. It's a holistic approach, and communication is just one piece of the puzzle. Now, let's dive into some specific communication strategies that will help you foster trust and gain authority with your team. These aren't just abstract theories. They're practical techniques that I've seen work time and time again with my clients. All right, number one, transparency is key. I know, you've heard it before. Transparency is one of those buzzwords that gets thrown around a lot, but it's absolutely fundamental. It's not just about being sort of honest or sharing the good news. It's about being completely open, honest, and upfront with your team, even when it's difficult. Think of it this way. Your team is like a group of passengers on a ship. As the captain, it's your responsibility to keep them informed about where you're going and what's happening along the way. If you encounter a storm, you don't just hide in your cabin and hope for the best. You tell them what's going on, explain the risks, and outline the plan for navigating through it. Share information candidly, even when it's not easy. Explain the why behind decisions. People are much more likely to buy into a decision if they understand the reasoning behind it, even if they don't necessarily agree with it. And when things don't go as planned, and they inevitably won't. That's just life. Don't try to sweep it under the rug or spin it into a positive. Take ownership, explain what happened, what you learned, and how you'll do better next time. I remember one time when I was leading a project and we completely missed a deadline. It was a major setback, and I was tempted to downplay it or make excuses. But I knew that wouldn't be the right thing to do. So I gathered my team, explained exactly what had gone wrong, and took full responsibility for the failure. I also shared the lessons we had learned and outlined a new plan for moving forward. It wasn't easy, but it ultimately strengthened our trust and resilience as a team. All right, number 2, listen. Really listen. Beyond just hearing. Communication isn't just about talking, it's about listening. And I mean really listening, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Pay attention to what your team members are saying, both verbally and non-verbally. Put down your phone, make eye contact, and give them your full attention. Ask questions to clarify their understanding and show that you're engaged. Summarize what they've said to make sure you're on the same page. And don't interrupt them or jump to conclusions. Active listening demonstrates respect and makes people feel valued. I always tell my clients to practice empathetic listening. This means trying to understand not just the words someone is saying, but also the emotions and feelings behind those words. What are they really concerned about? What are they hoping to achieve? By truly listening, you can gain valuable insights into their perspectives and build stronger relationships. All right, number 3, empathy. Walk a mile in their shoes. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It's about putting yourself in your team members' shoes and seeing things from their perspective. What are their challenges? What are their goals? What are their fears? When you lead with empathy, you create a safe and supportive environment where people feel comfortable sharing their ideas, concerns, and even their mistakes. They know that you're not going to judge them or punish them, but rather that you're going to listen, understand, and help them find solutions. Remember, empathy enables leaders to choose the most effective behaviors to meet followers. It's not about being a pushover or agreeing with everything everyone says. It's about genuinely trying to understand where they're coming from and responding in a way that is both supportive and constructive. All right, number 4, consistency is your superpower. Walk the talk. Inconsistency erodes trust faster than almost anything else. If you say one thing and do another, people will quickly lose faith in you. So be reliable, follow through on your commitments, and hold yourself to the same standards you expect from your team. If you promise to provide feedback on a project by a certain date, make sure you deliver on that promise. Or if you set a deadline, stick to it. And if you make a mistake, own up to it and take responsibility. Consistency builds credibility. It shows your team that you are trustworthy, dependable, and that your words actually mean something. It creates a sense of stability and predictability, which is especially important during times of change or uncertainty. All right, number 5, communicate, communicate, communicate. When in doubt, overshare. Over-communication is better than under-communication. So keep your team informed about what is going on, even if it seems like obvious information. You never know what someone might have missed or misinterpreted. Use multiple channels to communicate, like email, meetings, one-on-ones, to ensure everyone is on the same page. Don't rely solely on email, as important messages can easily get lost in the inbox. Schedule regular team meetings to discuss progress, address challenges, and share updates. And make time for one-on-one conversations with each of your team members to build relationships and provide personalized support. I have one client who implemented a daily stand-up meeting with his team. It's just a quick 15-minute check-in where everyone shares what they're working on, any roadblocks they're facing, and what they plan to accomplish that day. It's just a simple practice, but it has made a huge difference in terms of communication, collaboration, and overall team performance. Building trust through communication isn't always easy, but it's absolutely essential for effective leadership. By practicing transparency, listening actively, leading with empathy, being consistent, and over communicating, you can create a high trust environment where your team feels valued, supported, and inspired to achieve great things. So, we've talked about trust, but what about authority? I always get asked about this. A lot of leaders think authority is about barking orders or having a fancy title, but honestly, that's not how it works. Authority isn't about demanding respect, it's about earning it. Think about it. What do you naturally listen to? Who do you naturally listen to and respect? It's probably not the person who shouts the loudest, but the one who's knowledgeable, fair, and genuinely cares about your success. When you build trust through effective communication, authority naturally follows. People are more likely to listen to you, respect your opinions, and follow your lead when they trust you. They know you have their best interests at heart and that you're not just trying to boss them around. It's like that old saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So focus on building those genuine connections, communicating with empathy, and being a leader worth following. The authority will come. All right, time to wrap it all up. Building trust and gaining authority as a leader isn't a quick fix. It's an ongoing process that requires commitment, consistency, and a genuine desire to connect with your team. By focusing on transparency, active listening, empathy, consistency, and clear communication, you can create a workplace where trust flourishes and where people are inspired to follow your lead. Now, I would love to hear from you. What communication strategies have you found most effective in building trust with your team? Share your thoughts in the comments below. All right, I hope you found this video helpful. Perhaps you will also like my other videos and shorts about communication here on YouTube. You'll find all the links in the description. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell so that you won't miss any of my future new videos. If you subscribe to my channel, it's a free way to support me and it helps me make more helpful content for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video.